Sylvan, I think what we have to do is we're going to have to be on the lookout. Because I've done this sort of stuff before, and every time I start interviewing or interrogating or whatnot, somebody comes and assassinates them the moment before they're going to tell the important part. Or there's some poison pill they're going to swallow or something like that. So we have to search them, and we're going to have to form like a shield around the person so that someone doesn't assassinate him.
I concur. Gilly, can you put some sort of protection or ward over this gentleman while we talk to him?
I'm not that advanced, sir. But you have my weapon.
Well, then you use your dragonborn eyes to keep watch. Allow us to have a conversation with him. Maisie, have you already searched him, or do you still need to?
No, I'm planning on searching him right now.
Sir, I agree with Maisie. Like, you should, like, pull his teeth or something, because I've seen this. They like, chomp down, and next thing you know, they're foaming at the mouth.
So I have a 14 to search.
You're looking him over, right?
I'm looking him over, and I'm going to add some more to it.
A 15. That's a 1.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
Okay, I got a 15 to search for. I'm looking for poison pills, secret weapons, anything like that. Plus anything he might have a receipt for something, any sort of notes or anything like that. Specialized markings if he has tattoos or odd scars or anything like that we can use to identify him. Back in the day, they used to identify people by scars and tattoos before fingerprinting was really a thing. But I do have graphite powder to fingerprint him too.
Of course. With a 15, searching over him, patting him down. He has a truncheon on his belt that he never took up against you guys because he tried to run away. He has a small coin purse, has 2 silver pieces and about 10 copper pieces in it. And aside from that, it's just his dock worker's clothes that he's got on and nothing else. And you're looking like in his mouth too?
Yes.
Yeah. What are you doing?
So yeah, you see, I'm sticking like pliers in so he can't bite down on me, and then I'm, looking around.
And he's trying to like move out of the way.
Oh yeah, I'm checking his ears. I'm looking up his nose. Maisie has no shame. No shame.
You don't. His teeth are disgusting. They all look like they're about to break, in all honesty, but none of them look like they've been replaced.
What color are his eyes?
His eyes are kind of this green, like darker green color.
Okay. Would you say they're attractive eyes?
It depends.
A dull green, a bright green.
They don't.
Are you channeling Rowena? What?
Maisie's not interested in such things of the flesh.
I'm trying to think here. So, if you're looking at his eyes with a 15 on your investigation, there's not much behind them. This dude is one of those that you can tell he goes out after he's done working, drinks, and then just goes back to work because he has to. If he could, he would just stay at the bar the entire time. You can smell it on him. And then of note, he does have a couple of scars along his arms and fingers. They look akin to like rope marks that you would get from working on ships and stuff. There is no tattoo anywhere on his body that you can find. Do you take the pliers out of his mouth after a while, or?
I take the pliers out of his mouth, and then I start asking the normal questions. Who do you work for?
I work for a man named Marin.
Why are you sending mimics to people?
I'm not sending mimics to anybody. I'm a refurbisher.
Then why did you have the crow humanoids attack us?
Because obviously it's not legal refurbishing. I'm a fence. I take the expensive stuff off and sell it off for a profit and resell the stuff you see in there and trying to pawn it off as it is being valuable.
So Sylvan approaches, and I rolled with my bonus. I got an 18.
Looking at him, he's very nervous and very badly hurt, and he doesn't want to lie to you guys. You can tell that he doesn't want to lie. Because of the physical damage you've already done to him, he's afraid of what else you'll do to him.
So then tell us your name. Let's start there. What is your name?
Kobe.
Gilly, I know that you're standing watch, but can you start writing some of this information down?
On it, sir.
So, Kobe, how long have you been a fence for this Marin?
Been working with him for about 2 months now, and it was a pretty good gig, and he let me keep the more valuable stuff. He just wanted me to make sure the stuff got disappeared.
Did he care how it disappeared?
As long as it wasn't found again.
We've had a very exciting 24 hours, and I would like to know. Have you ever had dealings with a man named Florac de Bergerac?
The guy who owns all them mercantile businesses up in Van Ilm? No, I just know about him.
Maisie, further questions?
So, where do we find this Marin?
Well, he said to meet up here on the docks tonight, but what with y'all coming in here and standing outside and having me all tied up, I don't think he's coming around now.
When was the meeting supposed to happen?
Tonight?
Yeah, what time?
Well, he didn't give me a time. I just kind of wait until the next day. He kind of just shows up.
So, theoretically, either he could still show up or we missed him. So those are our options. Because maybe he saw us do this or heard us and left, or he'll still show up and then we can get him too.
Kobe, does he know who works for you, or could a halfling maybe pass as your assistant?
Nah, just those two in there that you done murdered.
I didn't do anything to their face. I can cut their skin off and wear it.
Maisie, no.
He's gonna
No,
kind of look at
we-
Maisie and have this look of like, just don't let her near me, please. Don't leave me alone with her.
We have Akima. We'll cut it along the spine. She can sew me right into it. They'll never know.
Akima's not with you.
Oh. Who's... what's...
Rowena.
That's Rowena? Oh.
No.
No,
Akima.
Buddy is Rowena.
So
You're Akima.
yeah,
Yes.
but he hasn't
Oh,
brought.
but you're not there.
but
so-
I'm not
here.
there.
She's not here.
She ran off to do something else.
That's right. That's right.
So
She split the
Rowena
party.
is there, even though
You're
Buddy
6 feet away
isn't.
from me.
Yeah, no, Rowena
I'm not
is
falling
there,
for
even
it.
though Buddy isn't, and I'm here, even though
You think
I'm
I'm
not
stupid?
there.
No.
We weren't
So
going to say anything.
listen, if you said that in game, you'd be dead. Okay, so somebody can sew me, into it. I'll just pass as one of the crow people.
I think that might be a little excessive for this evening. Kobe, I can tell that you don't really want us to hurt you. We don't particularly want to hurt you any further. What? Maisie?
What?
Shut it.
Oh.
But for now, what if we were to step inside and take up positions in the warehouse, and you can wait to see if this Marin shows up?
Well, that depends. Will you let me go?
As much as this is going to cause Gilly some problems, yes, we'll let you go. If you help us corner this Marin person, then you're free to go after this whole ordeal. And if Marin doesn't show up, well, you'll still never hear from us again.
But I would like you to do community service in payment of us letting you go.
How many hours?
20.
Make it 10.
Deal.
Okay.
You're supposed to say 15.
I'm new at this.
You really are new, Gilly. Well, Kobe, let's get back in your warehouse, shall we?
All right, but I mean, and he looks down at himself. I'm a bit battered and bloodied, and I'm gonna need to clean up so he doesn't ask any questions.
Maisie, can you make one of these crates maybe fall on our friend but not kill him?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we just drop the crate and have it break, and then we just pick up the pile and put him underneath it.
We can make it look like an accident.
No, okay.
We won't actually drop it on you, I promise.
He's gonna look around at you guys. Roll me an insight check. Oh, you can.
I got a 20!
I got a 15.
I rolled a 20, so 23 with my bonus.
14.
14. Okay, yeah. You guys can tell he doesn't trust you. He doesn't believe you.
Well, you're going to have to.
Well, I don't got much of a choice now, do I? All right. Let's get in there, I guess.
All right.
So Gilly's going to pick Kobe up since Kobe has no kneecap.
And we should probably do some first aid on that. I believe last time I said I was stopping the bleeding so he didn't bleed to death, but if anybody has any first aid to administer to stabilize.
Who has the best medicine?
I have
Me. I do.
I have lay on hands.
Okay. But you
Okay.
should just use that.
So you put your hands and you can feel some holy energy leaving you. And you kind of see this glow go over him. And the superficial cuts and wounds that he has start to close. Anything deeper into the muscle tissue or whatever doesn't really close, but he's able to walk even though it's with a slight limp after getting capped in the knee and taking an arrow too. So where he got pierced with the javelin in the shoulder, where the arrow got him in the leg, and where Maisie took out his knees, or is it the knees or the ankles that you took?
was the
Kneecap,
knee.
just one.
Just the kneecap. Okay. So it doesn't like regrow the cartilage or anything or the tendons, but it makes it so the superficial wounds are gone. He's still got blood on his clothing, and on his skin, but he's not bleeding or has any noticeable wounds aside from that.
And now it looks more akin to an accident than
Yeah.
assault.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Maisie, I want you to go up top in the rafters and keep your eye out that window that you and I came in. Just stay alert for any movement outside coming in.
Sir, yes, sir.
Rowena,
Is not here.
See? You thought she was here too.
So technically Rowena is with you guys.
In
But-
spirit.
But Buddy is
But
not.
Buddy
so
is
how
not.
do we play that?
So I don't know if anybody picked up her character sheet, but you can just give her an order to do whatever, and then we'll just...
Rowena, I want you to head into the corner and hide yourself behind some crates where you can still keep an eye on Kobe.
Okay, she's gonna kind of walk away, and she's gonna start rubbing her head and just and go and sit behind some crates.
I'm a little bit at a loss where to hide a dragonborn. That corner over by the front door, hide yourself behind that those 3 barrels that are stacked up in the corner, just so that you can keep an eye on Kobe and keep some alert, some attentiveness on the door as well.
The door she's holding in her hands.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps we should put that back.
Maisie, can you repair that quickly?
So I'll attempt to repair it with my, toolkits and whatnot. It probably pulled the screws out or whatnot, and I'll take little splinters and I'll shove it in the hole so the screws have something to bite on, and I'll screw it back.
So she works incredibly fast, like that cartoon moment where it just runs around really quick and there's this little dust cloud. You can't see what the cartoon character is doing underneath it. Maisie's just moving with this super speed. And the door looks pristine. Almost a little too clean now compared to the rest of the shack.
I'm too good. It's always been my curse.
That can be a problem, you know.
And then I just imagine she just goes up and bumps it with her fist, and then all of a sudden it goes askew a little bit like it was, and some dust falls down.
Now, we don't know how much time we have, but Maisie, take this vial and use one of your hypodermic syringes to draw the spinal fluid out of one of those bird people for me.
What
Okay.
for?
Maisie seems pretty excited for this task, so she pulls out some of the cerebral spinal fluid from the base of the neck, because the more fluid is actually around the cerebral cortex at the base of the spine. So a nice sampling. I take a little ice to squirt some in one of my vials too. I don't know what it's good for, but it's valuable. I'm gonna get it.
Thank you, Maisie.
So confused.
And then I just slip it into the pouch.
So is everybody set up where they want to be?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
so
in the
you're-
rafters.
You're in the rafters. You're off to the side of the door.
Yeah, I'm in the corner closest to the door.
Okay, and then where are you gonna be at?
I'm just going to spider climb.
Okay. And then Kobe's just supposed to lie down in the wreckage, is what
Yes.
you're going to tell him to do? Okay. So you guys are waiting. And you're waiting. And waiting some more. An hour goes by. Hour and a half goes by. Nothing seems to come or go. The streets are really quiet. The moon's getting really high now, and we're working towards midnight hour now. And then finally, after 2 hours of waiting, you hear some footsteps coming. And you hear just a knock.
We're all gonna wait for Kobe to do something.
I'm mouthing.
And he's gonna like,
Someone's got to do the knock.
So I do the knockback.
and then you hear as the door swings inward. And then he looks, and then, well, nobody comes in. Kobe, what are you doing?
I'm going to be that window that I was looking out. I'm going to be trying to go out that window to go down to head him off in case he tries to go out that door. I figured they have the inside locked down. I'm going to lock down the outside. I'm going to look first to make sure that he doesn't have henchmen out there that'll see me, but yeah.
Okay, you're going to look out the window, make sure there's no henchmen, and then try to sneak out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the window's right next to the door.
Oh, well, I would wait until he goes in then.
Okay,
Because then
okay.
my intent is to not be seen and to cut off his means of egress.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check really quick.
5.
You don't see anybody. The glass is pretty filthy, so it's kind of hard to see.
It's your height. It's because you're short.
And you're just like, you think you only see one silhouette, and you're fairly positive it's only one silhouette, and you only hear one voice. Do you want to try to go out the window?
I feel uncertain, especially with this crappy window. I'm going to be ready to, but I'm not actually going to go out.
Okay. All right. Anything that the others are doing?
And
'Cause
then I'm just on the ceiling and I'm just mouthing.
I just one of the guys, he's new. Knocked this over, got me on the head, and I kind of passed out for a little bit. The figure out in the front on the door says, "You really need to hire better people." "Yeah, but they're cheap, you know? I gotta save me some coin." Whatever, Kobe. Did Jedediah come by? No. He didn't actually. I haven't seen him at all tonight. Something's not right. I saw a fire down the road earlier. I wonder if that was him. I'm gonna go check on him. But Kobe, just try to do better, and the door's gonna start slowly closing.
And then I would like to try an acrobatics to just tackle the person from the ceiling.
Okay.
Would that be acrobatics or athletics?
So the ceiling is about 20 feet up, and you're kind of more in the center of the room.
Yeah.
So you're gonna try to whoop out the door
Yeah.
as this is happening. Okay. You're gonna have to do better than a 16 in order to do this cleanly. and then you're gonna have to roll me an unarmed strike to see if you can actually tackle him.
Dang it.
Well, that's the DC, so if it meets, it beats.
Oh.
You're
Oh,
good. You're
perfect.
good. Sorry, I should say 16 is a DC, but
Oh, okay. So then an unarmed strike.
yeah. 23. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So all of a
Huzzah.
sudden, Gilly and Maisie, you'll just see Sylvan just go ahead and describe how this goes.
So I literally just flip. I just do a backflip, and as I land on him, I just tackle him, and I'm holding him down.
All of a sudden, you hear the scream, Maisie, as the guy sees Sylvan come flinging at him, just hissing.
That's going to spur me into action. The window goes open and I go outside to see if there's anybody else that's going to try to flee, and also if this person gets past Sylvan somehow, I'm going to try to prevent him from getting any further.
Okay.
I would run over to help hold the guy down.
Maisie, as you climb out the window, are you trying to do it quietly at all, or are you just...
I am trying to do it quietly but quickly, so...
Okay, so you'll open it up, it'll screech a little bit as it goes up.
I did oil it last time, so...
Oh,
it
you
would
did?
be-
I
yes.
forgot about that.
I can
okay,
attest
so
to that.
It won't screech then. It'll open up, you jump out the window, you got your knife out or something?
Well, I can call my knife.
Okay,
So
you pop up, you get in a ready stance, you look around, it's only him on the porch. You don't see any other figures around.
I'm still going to try to climb down quietly to look around to see if anyone's hiding behind a crate or something like that, some sort of a lookout. And then I'm going to go over to that door so he can't come out. I'll position myself in some way that he wouldn't see me initially if he ran out the door, but I could still have a ready to action against him.
So that's what's going on, is this on the front deck. So you
Yeah.
pop out, you see that they kind of have it in hand. Go ahead and roll me a investigation. That's a nat 1. Hey, you get your token back.
I see nothing. my investigation, I have a 2.
A 2. Yeah, so you think you hear this like kind of like shuffling noise, and you go around the corner and you see like this little barrel right there, and you hear something from inside of it. You pop it open, and it's a rat. So you did find something. And then what was your
21.
21? He will not beat that. So well, just for kicks and giggles, I'm gonna see.
He could nat one. It could be better.
Nope. It wasn't a nat 1, but nope. And he's like, get off of me! What are you doing? Who are you people?
We could ask you the same thing. Are you Merin?
He's just gonna stare quietly at you. You gonna make an intimidation?
Yes.
Okay.
18.
18. So you're gonna bare your fangs at him. And
I'm going to bare my fangs at him and just kind of tighten my grip on his head.
That was a solid pop you got there.
And
I'm
just
old.
hear his neck pop a little bit. Just. I'm not Marin. You don't have any reason to disbelieve him, but you also don't have any reason to believe him. But from the way he's answering you and the steadiness and firmness in his voice, you're on the brink of believing him.
So then, if you're not Merin, where is he?
And Maisie almost seems to like materialize. There's a shadow, and all of a sudden, she steps forward, and then you see the light, highlight her features. She was there the whole time. You're like, whoa.
Okay, he'll be. What?
I have that effect on people.
I have some really interesting friends here, buddy. And you look at Gillianthia and at Maisie, and
I'm not his friend. I cut his kneecap off. And I played with him, and I'm going to play with you.
I don't even know what that means. Okay, and then he sent me, he got too wrapped up in other things. I don't know what he ran off to do, but he had to take care of something else. I was supposed to come in and make sure that Marin got here and Jedediah got here.
All right. Then let's talk about this. Do you know where the mimics came from?
No. Roll another insight check for me. All three of you can if you want to. Because you're there too. You're like helping hold him down.
Oh yeah, that's a nat 1.
Good job. You got your token back.
I too rolled a nat 1.
What'd Maisie get?
I have a 15.
A 15? All right. So, he's lying. And Maisie's the only one to recognize it.
Okay. He's lying. Let me get this. And a knife forms in my hand. And I take that little tiny knife, and just behind the jawbone into the ganglia nerve, I insert that. So what's going to happen is there's going to be such an intense searing pain that the person won't be able to scream or anything. They'll just pass out.
While this is going on, I just smirk as I take my hand off of him.
Okay, so you'll do 3 points of damage to him and shove it in. He didn't roll enough on his con save to keep consciousness, so he will black out for a moment, and then definitely after, like, you see him almost like seize up from the pain and then go limp. As he goes limp, his hair disappears. His skin starts to turn this like purple, like mercurial color.
Ooh.
And his eyes just go completely jet black. His ears go to the side of his head, so he doesn't have ears anymore, and his nose recedes. Anybody want to make an Arcana check for me?
Yes. Very much so.
Maisie knows nothing.
Gilly, you'll recognize this as a shapeshifter.
Shapeshifters are good eating.
Mimics and shapeshifters? What in the hells has Flora got himself caught up with? Maisie,
Yeah? And you see she's pulling out a spoon from her kit.
before you revive him, take one of his teeth. You might want it for your collection.
Yeah. And,
Why not? Take 2.
I think I'm going to take an eye, too.
Let's save that after he comes to.
Well, I'm going to save it. I have a jar.
Of course you have a jar. Because why wouldn't you have a jar?
Yeah.
Wait until he comes to, and we'll wait for the eye to remove the eye, and just in case he's or they're not very cooperative. Is that fair?
Is that why you have a spoon?
For the eye? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my
Okay.
eye removing spoon.
No, that makes sense.
I sharpen the edge.
Yeah. And then you just kind of scoop it out.
Take the tooth for now, revive him, and we can repeat this again, and you can remove the eye next time.
So I remove the teeth that would normally turn into fangs on various different creatures, the canines and whatnot. And so I'm pulling out 4 teeth.
Okay.
I'm an overachiever.
Okay.
All right, revive him.
So I have him smell the smelling salts again.
And he's kind of like choking because of the bleeding in his mouth right now. What'd you do?
I pulled out your teeth, and if you lie to us anymore, I'm told I can have your eyes.
It's true.
I have a jar. I got a jar of eyes.
Who are you people? Where?
Hi, I'm Maisie.
What? And he looks over and he finally recognizes your ensemble, and he recognizes the badge that you carry on you of the Fangless. It's a look of just sheer surprise and shock, as if he was not expecting you to be here.
I wouldn't expect him because we were surprise inspection.
Nobody expects a Spanish Inquisition.
That was my next line.
I'm sorry, I'm at a loss. Maisie threw me off the eyeballs.
So I rolled it a 17 so that I can intimidate again.
Okay.
Now, if you want to repeat this whole process, we can. Who are you, and how are you connected to Marin?
He's gonna hold up his hands now, and his sleeve comes down, and you'll see the crescent moon with the crown on it. I'll talk to you But only on one condition.
Huh?
You take me as fangless.
Yeah, you're fangless. I pulled them out.
No, take me as fangless.
That can be arranged.
You gotta lock me up.
Finally!
Gilly, your time has come.
She pulls out her manacles and pulls you up under your feet and cuffs you.
Okay. I'm not saying anything until we get there.
Oh, man. That means he's going to get executed before we can get back. All right, we're going to have to keep an eye out so Maisie has her head on a swivel. So she's convinced that an assassin's going to pop out of the shadows at any moment.
Could I at least get your name for my paperwork?
What is his name? What did I name him? Oh, yeah. Sylvester.
You got to try to articulate.
Sylvester.
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 Suffering succotash.
Please
right.
hurry. We need to hurry.
All right. I agree. So,
Gilly,
like I
bring-
said, there's going to be assassins the whole way there, coming out of and they pay for things in these gold coins, right? And you can't trust anybody. Beggars, they're all assassins.
Rowena, let's go.
And she's been noticeably quiet this entire time, and she seems to really be holding her head for some reason.
She doesn't seem to be herself tonight.
All right.
Not as horny.
Kobe.
Yeah.
I know you guys leaving Kobe right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They said that they'd leave him alone.
Gilly call back. Don't forget to do your community service.
And you're like leaving a notice on the door. And you just see him like kind of like lean on the door frame. Close the door really quickly, grab the paper and close the door.
I'm trying to sort of scout ahead a little bit, let these guys bring the prisoner, and I'm just trying to like look around a corner, see if anything's like in a garbage bin that's going to pop out, looking at rooftops, windows, looking for curtains to move, for somebody to pop up with a crossbow or something like that. So I'm convinced they're going to try to execute him.
Okay.
I just rolled a 19 for perception using my dark vision, just doing the same thing, surveying and seeing if I see anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. And do you have dark vision?
I don't think halflings do.
No.
Yeah. So no, I don't.
Okay. Yeah, you will have to make the roll at disadvantage for investigation. Your dice does not like you tonight.
Feel like you should ground that one and try again.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
slightly better.
It doubled.
So what I get a 9. Oh, I got a 10.
Well, I mean, there's not a lot going on in the street. There's not movement or anything. We are in the midnight hour right now, in the wee hours of the night. There isn't anything movement-wise that you see on the rooftops or anything, and you check behind alleyways just to be sure you don't catch any glimpses of movement or any reflections of light on like an arrowhead or anything like that. There's nothing like that. And you rolled a what again? Sorry, for perception?
I rolled a 19 for
A 19
perception.
for perception. As you go walking along, eventually you'll come across, and you just have this sudden urge to look up a little bit, and you see on a rooftop a hooded figure that as soon as you assume you make eye contact, you can't tell from the facial features, it ducks down and runs off.
We do have company. Maisie, stay alert. Gilly, keep our friend close.
So, you guys will be going. Akima!
I'm here! Finally!
You had this sudden recollection of a book that when you were going through all the books before you went on your little adventure with the other crows, you're like, wait a second, there was something that reminded you of one of the, in the de Bergerac manor that you were at. One of the books reminded you of something. So you'd grab that book, You ran back to the Fangless Stronghold, back to the library, just like shoving past people, and you're like looking through this book and trying to find that same symbol, and you find it, and it is reminiscent of a heart-shaped stone.
Okay.
When you get into the Fangless Stronghold and get up in the library, you see that on the spine of one of these books has some of the similar writing underneath this one, and now you pull it out. So if you want to do, we're going to say a history check.
I love that I am proficient in history. It gives me a +5.
So you'll recognize that this is actually part of a series of different volumes of books.
Oh, cool.
The Fangless only had the one. This is another one. The problem is that it's kind of encyclopedic, so it's like alphabetized in how it is. You got the one that luckily had the G's.
Yeah.
This other one had the beginning of the alphabet, so it talks about the Ascension, the day of Ascension.
Okay.
And so now you can correlate these two together. As you go through reading them, you realize that the ghost heart you've been looking for is actually what Venatriel used during the Day of Ascendance to be able to regain power that she had lost. And upon doing this, the heart lost its power to a degree.
Okay.
So it doesn't have the godlike powers that it used to, but it did still have some powers. And you go through some of the other history of the Day of Ascendance and realize that this heart was broken into pieces. And now these pieces are scattered throughout the different locations in Escalia.
Okay. That's awesome. So, like, Akima's just going to kind of, like, stand there in, like, utter shock. And she's just going to kind of, like, quietly at first, she's going to be like, I found it. I found it. And she's just gonna get louder and louder until she's just like almost bouncing off the walls with excitement. And she runs out of the library, still clutching these books, right? Because you know she's not gonna just put them down because she's like, she found it. And she's just going to run out of the library and just start telling everyone that she comes in contact with, I found it. I found it.
So you run out and you start just shouting in the hallway and like grabbing people with the books tucked under their arms, and you're just like, I found it. And everybody's like, found it. I'm happy for you.
Does that mean you'll stop tearing apart the library?
So are you making your way out the front?
Yes, because she likes the band of misfits that she has most recently accumulated, and so she's going to go and because she now realizes she's kind of like calming down. She's still super excited, but she's calming down, and she's like trying to find them because, you know, in her mind, everyone else went with her back to the Fangless Stronghold, right? Because like they're not just going to leave her. You know, they're not just going to like leave her and go off on their own adventure. No, they're going to follow her back.
That's why you left a note.
Yeah, that's why I left a note. And so she's going to just like start looking in all of the like the normal places that she would, you know, think everyone is at. And after she realizes that they're not there, then she's going to exit the Fangless, the Stronghold, and she's going to go in search of them to ask them if they would assist her on her mission.
Shouting as you open the doors, I found it!
Guys, I found it!
That's when you find the group walking up with this changeling person between them, between Gilly and Sylvan. And Maisie's just like looking around like kind of like a bird right now.
So she's going to completely like momentarily forget what she's doing because, you know, one, there is a completely new person. And so she's got to go and see if she can identify this person. And then two, she's very worried that Maisie is looking this interested in something.
Okay.
So I want to roll to see if I can just by looking know what kind of creature they're escorting in.
Okay. It's pretty plain to see that it's a shape changer.
Okay.
So something of the Fey realm that can change its appearance.
Okay. She's not 100% sure exactly what it is, just knows that it can change shape.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So after she's done being very mystified by this shape changer, you know, she's kind of like walking around him and inspecting him, and she's going to just, to the group, she's going to start asking questions. Why didn't you follow me back? You were supposed to follow me back. Who was this? When did you get another human? Not a human. Thing?
Why did you
Changer.
run off without telling us?
Listen, guys.
I left a note. You were supposed to come back. Obviously, that didn't happen. How long was I in the library? It only felt like 5 minutes. And you have
3
another
days.
person. 3 days. It hasn't been 3 days. Has it been 3 days?
Hasn't even been a full day.
They were in the shoe shop for 3 days.
Roll deception check with advantage really quick.
No, it felt like 3 days to Maisie. She wasn't
Oh,
lying.
she's not trying to like.
No, she's not trying to lie.
Shoe shop. Shoes. Oh, the things that you put on your feet.
Yeah, see,
I don't get
see
that.
These are what I wear. I got these. Rowena helped me pick them out.
Well, those are lovely. But why?
Well, I think because Rowena wanted to mate with someone, so she kept trying on shoes.
Oh, it's mating season already?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think she's in heat. I think it's her species or something, like cats.
Apparently you have a story to tell, but that's not important right now. What is important, and she's gonna like pull out the books and like shove it in, she'd probably be closest to Sylvan at this point. She's just gonna shove it in Sylvan's face and be like, I found it. I finally found it. Me, Akima, after all these long centuries, I found it.
I'm so proud of you. And as I just push the book gently down, Akima, where are the guards that are supposed to be posted right now?
And she's gonna kind of look around and she's gonna be like, there are guards? I don't know.
We've been invaded.
No, they're standing there. They're just inside at this point.
Guards,
Sir.
escort this prisoner to the brig. We will finish the processing in the morning.
Sir. And they're going to take him and start walking off. As Sylvester is taken away by the guards, he's going to turn around. Remember your promise!
Well, we promised to bring him here. We did.
Yeah.
Why does he sound weird?
He has something going on with his teeth. I can't quite remember.
That's fair.
Does he shed his teeth? Like deer shed their antlers?
Oh, I remember. Oh no, I forgot again.
Oh, well, that's disappointing.
He shed his teeth, all right. Well, let's get inside.
You'll walk in and you'll see the desk there, but Miss Smith isn't at the desk at the time. Like the shutters, it doesn't really shutter, but there's like a close sign.
Yeah.
All of the books and other note-keeping stuff is all locked away right now, so...
Sylvan is actually just going to go to his quarters just to breathe.
I want to make sure the prisoner actually gets where he's going, and then I'm going to tell the guards that you have to be extra careful with this one. He's a high-value target. People are going to come and try to assassinate him. We had to fight our way through hordes of assassins on the way here.
And they look at you a little bit incredulously and, well, he does seem pretty roughed up, but we'll take care of him. We'll put him somewhere safe. Don't worry.
I think those bastards tortured him. He's
He's
missing
just
teeth.
And is like indicating, like pointing at you or trying to.
And so Maisie's like,
Well,
what are you pointing at?
anyways, we're going to take him away now. As you are left alone in the hallway for a moment, you feel like something brushed against the backside of your neck. And you hear, Maisie, Maisie.
With a gleam in my eye and a smile that goes all the way up, I turn and try to jump and grab onto whatever it is and try to bite it.
You swear you see something there, some form there, and as you jump at it, it just like wisps of wind in your fingers. It goes away, but you hear this.
doing demon research.
Okay. Gilly, what are you doing at this time?
Oh, paperwork.
Are you back in your room, or?
Yes, I'd be in my room.
You feel peaceful. You feel relaxed now that you're in a state of being where it's something comfortable to you. It's something that makes sense. So things haven't been making sense in these last couple investigations that you've been doing. And you feel a calm come over you. As that calm comes over you, you feel your amulet get some kind of warm. Mm-hmm. And a figure appears. It's more, not tangible, but more formed than the last time you'd seen him. You recognize this form was the one that came to you before you went out to investigate the de Bergerac Manor. You see the missing finger, and he reaches out with his hand that's missing the finger, and as he reaches out, you see on his wrist a crescent moon with a crown. And you hear just barely whispered voice, "They exacted their toll." And with that, he disappears. Sylvan, in your room, what are you doing?
So I'm in my room, and I'm just sitting at my desk looking at the note that we had found in the alleyway, trying to recall any part of the cipher that I possibly can. As I'm sitting there, before I roll, I take out the vial of spinal fluid from earlier.
It's real spinal fluid, guys.
That is real spinal fluid.
Well, it looked probably more like lemonade, but
Don't ask where we got it.
That now gives me an advantage on my next check.
But why?
I'm glad you did that.
Yep.
So a 4.
Fair.
Oh my god.
Do you want a new dice?
So your vampire dice are betraying you there, sir. They were doing so well.
I have many more if
He has a whole slew.
Well,
You can't just flip that over.
Yeah, he rolled in that one.
Oh.
no, I re-rolled.
Okay,
and
got
so
a
I
nat one.
re-rolled,
Yeah.
and then I got a nat 1.
Okay.
Well,
So a 4 was your
7.
highest. Okay. Do you have a d6 you want to roll on it? Yeah.
You guys are all rolling like I did last time.
8.
You're just trying to remember it, and you just like, I could do this well, almost with my eyes closed when I was a younger, and I knew what these meant. And then it dawns on you, you actually have some copies of some old letters your siblings had written in this cipher before to you. And now, Miss Akima.
I know that. Sorry, totally like way out of game. I used to pass notes in class with that all the time in junior high.
Good job.
I can't actually read that without the cipher decoding. Just
Well,
saying.
if only you were there with him.
Right?
So, Akima, what are you doing at this point in time?
So you said that the pieces had been separated, like the heart had been separated into pieces. At this point, I would be trying to figure out how many pieces and if putting it back together is going to be enough to return it to its godly state. Akima, she doesn't know exactly when, but she knows time is running out for the forest and her village, and if one goes, they both go, and that will plunge the world into irreversible damage.
Kind of looking through it and trying to figure out some history books and doing some cross-referencing. You're able to cross-reference a few things here and there. It has been separated into 4 pieces. The pieces ended up going into 4 different kingdoms throughout Escalia, relatively close to each other. One of the pieces ended up in Sal'Lago. Another piece ended up in a place called Twin Oaks. Another place in Raincrest, and then another in... It's in Draconic writing. You can't quite make out the name of the place.
Okay. So she's gonna kind of stare at it, and she's gonna be like, Draconic Gilly! She's going to screech. Like, she's literally going to screech and then run off to find Gilly.
Okay. Quickly, we're coming back to Maisie now. Maisie, where are you and what are you doing?
Well, I'm going through different people's rooms, their underwear drawer and stuff like that.
Of course. Okay, go ahead and roll stealth. See how stealthy you are.
People hide great things
look
in
at that.
underwear drawer. Yeah, plus one. So I got a 24.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for, or are you just trying to like see what they wear?
No. It's not sexual at all with her. It's not like. But people always hide their stuff in their underwear drawer. So
Gotcha.
she's figured this out. So she's looking for keys and notes and ledgers and money and poisons and anything else like that. I mean, she'll look around if she notices anything, she would examine it. But she's mostly concerned with their underwear drawers.
Okay. Going around in different quarters and stuff, you're able to kind of sneak into the ones that are unlocked. If you want to go in the locked ones, you'd have to do some more. If you want to, we have to do some sleight of hand checks and stuff to see if you can get in there.
I'm going to do the unlocked ones because I figured those people are lazy, so they deserve it.
Okay. Yeah, so as you go through some of those, you find some of the typical things, some bottles of booze stashed away in drawers, kind of hidden compartments and stuff. You find some letters from family. You find some paycheck slips. So you've pretty much determined how much the Fangless are paying all of their people, and you come across a couple of them like, huh, you must suck at your job. But aside from those kinds of things, there's not really much hidden away in their drawers or in their armoires. It's the typical stuff. It's almost like what's the word I'm looking for?
Boring?
Huh?
Boring?
Yeah, boring. It's boring, but like very militaristic in how everything is set up. Everything is set up the same way. Armoires are in the same corners. Dressers are in the same spots. They have desks, bed. Everything is about the same. Most of them are bunked up 4 in a room.
Then if it's a military, then the underwear is going to have to be neatly put in and things like that. So I'm going to rearrange I'll pull out a drawer and put swap, top to bottom, move some things around, and I'm going to steal everyone's left shoe.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and
All right,
with that stealth
Stitch.
check, you'll be able to do that pretty easily. As you're going about doing this, where's your book?
Well, I was doing research before because when the thing disappeared on me, I wanted to see what it sounded like. So I did that. Then I put it back in my pack, my stuff.
Yeah, your pack. Okay. You can kind of feel like a warmth on your back.
Okay, so I'm gonna investigate this warmth.
So as you go in there, the book, it's not necessarily glowing by any means, but something's happening with it. Something's drawing your attention to it.
Hello? Hello?
Do you open the book?
Yeah, I opened the book.
As you open it, the pages start kind of moving on their own, shuffling on themselves. And then suddenly, you swear before there was something on this page. It's blank.
Vandals. Damn it.
As you look at it, words start to scry themselves onto the page.
Can I read it?
Yes, you can.
Okay. What does it say?
Nothing. Well, what languages do you speak?
I speak Common, and I speak Abyssal and Celestial.
Okay. It's nothing that you can actually understand. This is some other language from some other place that you're not quite sure what this is, but it's spelling it phonetically. Like underneath the symbol is phonetically in common what it would say. So you don't know what you're saying as you're reading it out, but as you go about saying the words as they appear on the page, they kind of get this dark crimson glow to them. And as you get to the last word, there's this poof kind of sound, and like dust comes out of the book. And play for me that laugh really quick. And you hear that laugh kind of receding down the hallway.
So I'm gonna go after this thing. Nobody laughs at Maisie.
Good Lord, didn't anybody here subscribe? Thank you.
Into